Gaga's rise was also meteoric. Her first two singles went to #1 in 2009. But her last album, Art Pop, released last year, failed to be the blockbuster the industry expected.
You yourself were quoted as saying last year, "People think I'm finished." Did you feel that people thought you were finished?
I felt like people were, some people were holding me to a very high standard. Everybody's hooting and hollering because, you know, I didn't sell 20 million records this time, which I did with my first album. And, you know, it's not easy to replicate that. And I don't have a formula.
And after 6 years of working non-stop, Gaga says she was exhausted.
You know, it's one thing to put a train on the tracks, but it's another thing to keep the train on the tracks. You can't just let the train while out on the tracks and just run out. You know, I crashed.
You crashed?
Sure.
When did you crash?
Well, I'd say sometime in the middle of last year. With everything that was happening, I just didn't even want to make music anymore.
Performing on the YouTube Music Awards last November, she nearly broke down.
What happened that night that you got so emotional?
You know, I'm not really legally allowed to say exactly what happened that day. But, you know, my partner left me. And he told the whole world that I left him.
You were talking about your split with your manager.
Yes.
That's where all that emotion came from.
That was very hard.
The news, which broke just days before her album was to be released, shocked the music world. Troy Carter had nurtured her career for 7 years, but Gaga felt her managers were taking her for granted.
I think I felt like they weren't proud.
Why weren't they proud?
They had moved on to other things, other business ventures, and I felt abandoned. But, you know, that's my own issues. You know, every artist needs different things.
You got so much so fast. What do you want now?
Just want to be happy. And I can't tell you how happy singing this music makes me. You know, excuse me.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think all the other stuff didn't make you happy?
It did.
It did?
It does. It made me so happy. I love so much every song, every performance, every moment that we've had because I have stuck to my guns. It's just that I got tired fighting to keep it my way. And, you know, Tony, that's one of the first things he said to me. He said, don't you ever, 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 ever again or in the future let anybody take down the quality or the intelligence of what you do. I'm kind of embarrassed to give it to you now, you know, but I just wanted to give this to you, Tony.
The day we visited the studio where Bennett still paints every day,
I paint when I'm sad.
Gaga brought him a gift.
Oh, wow. Let me see that.
It's just that I was really sad, and I wanted to put all of that feeling somewhere else. And I made this.
That's the demon.
Yeah. And I wanted to give it to you because you have so much to do with it being gone.
I can see how intense it is, the feeling of it. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks.
I left my heart.
In San Francisco last month, where Tony Bennett celebrated his 88th birthday, he looked out his hotel window that morning.
There was this plane, and it was a big letters saying, "Happy birthday, Tony. Love, Lady Gaga." We went for about 3 hours. It went around San Francisco.
What did you think when you saw that?
She has such a taste in making wonderful things happen.
What do you think you brought to Tony in this?
Styling tips. I'm just kidding. You can't style Tony. I like that about him. But I hope what I've given Tony is a moment for him to really bask in how many people's lives he's really changed.
That would be but beautiful.